Hi guys, am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Hi everyone, welcome to Unacademy NEET English. I'm your biology educator Ambika Sharma, and today we are going to talk about the heart, the structure of the heart, the working of the heart, nodal tissue, everything we are going to cover today. So watch this video till the end, and trust me, in less than 60 minutes we are going to cover these topics. So tell me, how are you all doing? And quickly hit the like button. If you're new to our channel, you know what you have to do. You have to subscribe our channel, right? Very good evening, everyone. Very good evening. Share the session link with others as well, and let's start the session. Okay, let's start the session. So, you know that already we have started the body fluid and circulation, where we have discussed about the blood. Okay, so in today's lecture, I'll make it very short. Okay, so we'll be covering about the heart. We will be discussing about the heart structure. Got it? Got it. And moreover, there is another good news for all of you. How many of you are scared of plant physiology, or you love plant physiology and you want to revise it again, or you want to practice more and more questions? Tell me, how many of you? Quick, 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 everyone. Yes, I'm waiting for your response. Tell me, do you love plant physiology? Do you like plant physiology? Your Gopika ma'am is also teaching you plant physiology. Thank you so much, Sigma. Yes. So guys, let me tell you this thing, right? How can I forget to tell you that? So what you have to do, just go to the Unacademy platform. Okay. Just a minute. You have to go to the Unacademy platform. You have to search for my profile. Okay. Right. So then you just need to follow me, because I have started a special series for all of you, right? And special classes, they are free of cost. Do you know that? They are free of cost. There is no need to pay even a single penny. But there, what you have to do, you have to visit our platform. You can download the app. You can directly go on the Google, right? Just type my name, follow my profile, and you will get the notification. And you know which chapter are we going to start next? We are going to start respiration in plants. So I have started a series where free of cost I am teaching you your favorite, right? Your favorite plant physiology. Wait, let me show you this here. So see this, follow it as soon as possible. So see this, today, right after your class, that's what I'm going to do. We will practice the MCQs from the Disha publication. Okay, right? This is what we are going to do. We are going to practice the MCQs of photosynthesis from Disha publication. If you don't know this chapter and you want to understand this chapter in detail, you can see my free classes here, right? In 3 days we have finished it, bache. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and keeping NCERT in my mind, I have discussed everything with wonderful diagrams. So right after your class yes, at 5 p.m. I'll be taking the MCQ practice from the Disha publication. So in Disha publication, last 30 years last 30-year questions are there that we are going to practice, and I will answer all your queries there. Okay, and after it, I'm going to start respiration in plants, and I'll be starting another series where I'll be discussing cell cycle and cell division. So in the comment section, you have to tell me which chapter you want to teach me on special class. Why special class? Why not on YouTube? No doubt I'll be teaching on YouTube, but on special class, we used to get the genuine students. Okay, they don't ask for anything else. They're just talking about they just ask the doubts, they just discuss their problems. That's all. Okay, so be the part of the batch, be the part of these special classes as soon as possible. And yes, you know that we have already launched our Avengers 3.0, guys, right? So just visit our channel, just go to this video, see this, right? Just go to this video, top 30 topics of biology, and you will find the link here for Avengers 3.0. Click on this link, add your number, email, and you have to apply the coupon code Ambika10. It's already applied here, and you will get the batch at a price of 4,000 rupees. So in 4,000 rupees, you will be getting the classes, live class 12 syllabus, classes for the live, your class 12 syllabus, live classes, and then recorded classes as well. And moreover, test will be there, doubt sessions will be there, question practice sessions will be there. Okay, Okay, so join the batch as soon as possible. Join the batch as soon as possible. So now let's come to the topic and let's start the topic, that is human heart. Okay, let's talk about the heart first, isn't it? Isn't it? So when it comes to the heart, you know that it's our pumping organ, isn't it? It's our pumping organ, right, Subhashini? We always used to say, oh, when we are in a romantic relationship, that I have given my heart to that person, this person. It is not practically possible, isn't it? It is not practically possible. It is our pumping organ. It is something which will pump blood in our body, right? We cannot survive without heart. We need something to pump the blood, right? So please stop using these lines. Please stop using these lines. That, oh my God, you are living in my heart. Oh my God, I'll give you my heart. No, you cannot. Otherwise, you will die. And no one can live in your heart. Okay, otherwise there will be the blockage. I always used to say, right? There will be a blockage. The blood flow will be restricted. And again, you will die. Okay. And imagine if there will be a blockage in the artery that is supplying the blood to the brain. Then it's all dead. Finish. Tata. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, so please do not use such lines. Please do not use such lines. So that's what we are going to discuss today. It is our pumping organ. What is our human heart? It is our pumping organ. Clear? It is our pumping organ. It is going to pump the blood. It is going to distribute that blood. And you know blood is very important, right, bache? It is our fluid connective tissue. Clear? Clear? So let's discuss it, but before that I would like to tell you about this as well. Just have a look, bache. So we have launched the All India Test Series as well. Okay, if you want online test series, if you're in class 12th and droppers, you can go for this. It is just at a price of 599, right? Roughly 6,000 rupees. So here, if you want to give your test online, again for class 12th and droppers for 4,000 rupees, and if you are in class 11th, you want to practice the questions, there is another test series for you just at a price of 2,000 rupees. Okay, so you know that test practice is important, right? It will tell you, it will help you to understand your concept in a better way. So join the test series. And moreover, one more important thing here, bache, this UNSAT, right? Its registrations are extended, right? You can enroll in this scholarship aptitude test, bache, and here literally you can check your aptitude. You can compare your NEET preparation with other aspirants as well, and just have a look. The link is in description box. Okay, and you can enroll here till October 21st, 8 AM onwards. So please enroll here. Please enroll here. The level of question is very good. Okay, level of question is very good, and you are going to enjoy this test. Okay, so you have to pay nothing for it. Just be the part of this batch. And see, one more thing is there, that is your NEET ke Brahmastra. Have a look. So supercharge your learning with these value add-ons, bache. You will get mind map, flashcards, test series, all India test series, physical digital notes as well, and live doubt solving as well. Just scan this, you will get all the details. Fine, you will get all the details, and I will post this video in our Telegram group. Okay, you will get the idea of it. So see, have a look. So explore it as well. The notes, the test, the exclusive where mind maps and super 30 quizzes provided to you. Done? Okay, so now let's start the discussion, and here you guys can see the dissected human heart. Let's make this learning interesting. So first of all, just have a look of this dissected. Okay, it is a dissected human heart. You can see the aorta here, the blood vessel, the right atrium, the left atrium, the right ventricle, the left ventricle. This is our pumping organ. Yes, it is a dissected human heart. Have a look. Okay, have a look. The diagram looks like this. Yes or no? The diagram looks like this. Tell me. Okay, so you see this, look at the part, this is the inner part. Can you see this portion here? Can you see this part? Just wait. This part, the chordae tendineae, right? The auricles here, the ventricles here. So it's the, yes, it is the human heart, the dissected human heart, and that's what we need to discuss. Okay, so let's start the discussion. So bache, as I said, heart is a pumping organ. It is going to pump the blood, and heart is mesodermally derived. Okay, heart is what? Heart is mesodermally derived, means it is made up of mesoderm. Now, when you talk about your thoracic cavity, here in the thoracic cavity, do you know that there is a space in between the lungs? I hope you remember that part, right? There is a space in between the lungs, and and that space is known as mediastinum. So, heart is mesodermally derived, right? Present in mediastinum. What is mediastinum? The space in between two lungs, and you will find your heart there. Right, bache? You will find your heart there. Now, the another point is when you talk about the walls of heart, and especially this is important. Okay, this is important. Our heart, human heart, is a myogenic heart. What type of heart it is, students? It's a myogenic heart. Myo means muscular. Myo word is associated with muscles. It's a muscular heart, right? It's a hollow muscular organ. What is our heart? It's a hollow muscular organ. It's myogenic, bache. You will see special modified patches of muscles which will start the wave of contraction and the relaxation. Are you getting it? Right? So human heart, myogenic, hollow muscular organ, mesodermally derived, present in mediastinum, right? So when you talk about the walls of the heart, right now I am not talking about muscles. I am simply telling you about the, I'm simply telling you about the walls of the heart. So walls of the heart, they are made up of 3 layers. How many layers are there? Walls of heart made up of 3 layers. Do you know that? Do you know that? Yes, it is epicardium, outermost layer. It is myocardium, and it is endocardium. It is endocardium. Do not get confused here, right? Wait, let me tell you. See, your heart is located in mediastinum. Okay, let's say this is a space, and let's say there are lungs in the surrounding. Imagine. This is a space, right? Lungs are there, and here, this is the space, this is your mediastinum, that space in between lungs, and here you will see your human heart. Okay, the human heart is here. Fine, human heart is here. So when you look at this heart, it is having the protective coverings. Okay, many times students, they get confused here, so that's why I'm clarifying this part, right? This heart is having the protective coverings. The outer one is, the outer coat is the outer one is your, actually overall this covering is pericardium, but it is having outer and inner portion. So this is outer pericardium. Fine, it is outer pericardium, and this one, it is inner pericardium. Are you getting it? Outer pericardium and inner pericardium. So they are basically that visceral membranes which are going to cover the heart. Okay, outer pericardium and the inner pericardium. Now, bache, in between these two, if you will see, there is a space, right? I know the diagrams are not appropriate, but such type of diagrams can help you to understand the topic in a better way. Fine. Yes, bache, Narayana, Nani, Nandini, Subhashini, everyone. Quickly, answer it in the chat section as well. I will relate these two things together. I'm going to relate these two things together, but I want to see your responses in the chat section, and quickly hit the like button, and if you're new to our channel, quickly hit the subscribe button. Let's make it 80K family as soon as possible. What's it, right? So outer pericardium, inner pericardium is there, and if you will see, there is a space in between, and that space is basically your pericardial cavity. Okay, and it is having the fluid, your pericardial fluid. Done, bache, it is having the pericardial fluid. So it is going to provide the lubrication. What will that fluid do? It will provide the lubrication. Like lungs are covered with the pleural membrane, heart is covered with the pericardium. Is that clear? Heart is covered with the pericardium. One is outer, another is inner. Outer one is also known as parietal pericardium. Inner one is also known as visceral pericardium. Clear? It's understood. Visceral pericardium. So these are the coverings which are covering the heart. But now let's move next to these pericardial coverings. Can you see this pinky structure? This is showing us the heart wall. Okay, it is showing us what? It is showing us the heart wall, and that heart wall is made up of 3 layers, right? In my live session, a student asked me this thing. Then, ma'am, how come epicardium, myocardium, endocardium? You should talk about pericardium. So many times students, they are not clear with this part. Okay, they are not clear with this part. Done, bache? Done, bache? So that's why I'm telling you. So these are, pericardium is the covering of the heart, and walls of the heart, they are epicardium, myocardium, and then comes the endocardium. Doubt, bache? Do you have any doubt here? Yes. Do you have any doubt here? So epi means outermost, right? It is outermost, and it is having just simple squamous epithelium. This is extra. You can leave this part as well. It is having simple squamous epithelium. Now here the word is myo. Myo means, yes, bache. Yes, bache. Myo means, yes. Myo means, can you just tell me? Myo means muscle. So obviously myocardium, it is the thickest layer. It is having that cardiac muscles which are involuntary. Do you remember that? Right? So it is having that cardiac muscle. So our heart is a hollow muscular organ. What's that? It's a hollow muscular organ. And then again the endocardium, innermost, again it is having the simple squamous epithelium. Okay, what will it contain? It will contain your simple squamous epithelium, right? Simple squamous epithelium. Understood? Yep. Tell me. So this part clear, the position, and the heart is made up of what? It is made up of your mesoderm germ layer. Done, bache? Now let's move to the next part. Now, you know that, right? If I related with the animal kingdom, or if I related with the development of the vertebrate embryo. So you know that how do we start? In the case of fishes, we know that heart is 2-chambered, having 2 accessory chambers, isn't it? We even, in the case of your amphibians, the heart is going to be what? It is going to be 3-chambered. I hope you know that. And then comes what? Then comes your reptiles. Even in the case of reptiles also, it is going to be 3-chambered, but here your ventricles are what? Partially divided. So in the case of birds, in the case of mammals, I know I disturbed that sequence, I'm sorry for that. So these, they are having 4-chambered heart. I hope you remember, right? Apes and mammals, they have 4-chambered heart. And in the case of reptiles, there is an exception, that is crocodile. Okay, crocodile, alligators, they are having 4-chambered heart. Fine, bache, 4-chambered heart. So in our heart, chambers are there, right? So 4 chambers means what will we see? Because we are talking about the humans. Human is a mammal. So obviously 4 chambers means 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. Fine, 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. Understood? 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. So because, okay, I'll make one very simple kind of diagram. Okay, 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. Understood, bache? 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. Yes, so this is going to be the right auricle. This is the left auricle. This is going to be your right ventricle, and this is going to be your left ventricle. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. Is that clear? 2 auricles, 2 ventricles are here. 2 auricles, 2 ventricles are here. So they are nothing but they are the chambers. Okay, bache? They are nothing but they are the chambers. So that's what we have to discuss. Okay. So let me write it. Right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. So that's the human heart having 4 chambers. Fine. So now, bache, let's start with the external structure first. How are we going to start? We are going to start with the external structure first. So there is nothing much that you need to know about its external structure. I'll explain it with the help of one diagram. Okay, just look at this. Look at this external structure. So actually it looks like this. Fine. Your heart, it looks like this, Ananya. Okay, so 2 upper chambers are going to be auricles. 2 lower chambers, comparatively having more volume than auricles, they are the ventricles. Clear, bache? They are the ventricles, right? So just look at this diagram. You can see how blood vessels are emerging. Different blood vessels are there. Bache, in our case, we have closed circulatory system, right? Right, bache? What do we have? We have closed circulatory system. Yes, what do we have? We have closed circulatory system, isn't it? So in our case, right, the heart is going to pump the blood. Blood vessels are there, they are going to innervate different organs. Fine, they are going to innervate different organs, right? And then blood will be passed. Okay, that's why the blood vessels are emerging. So when you look at the external structure, bache, externally also these auricles and ventricles, they are differentiated. Their musculature is not same throughout, right? Their musculature is not same throughout. And let me tell you, when it comes to the heart, right, the cardiac muscles are forming the heart. Okay, cardiac muscles, and they are also striated. They are also having the striations, and moreover, bache, they are involuntary. They are not voluntary, they are involuntary. Involuntary means you cannot control their function with your own will. Okay, you cannot control their function with your own will. They are involuntary. So the most important point, see, today's lecture is more likely that I will tell you about the heart. I will tell you the most important topics here. Okay, so that's why, right, even my speed is also fast. Okay, so I will tell you the direct MCQs here. Fine, direct MCQs here, and I'm going to bring such sessions, more such sessions, so that you will get to know about a topic. You should know that, okay, from this topic, this part is important, that kind of questions can come. Is that okay, everyone? Is that okay? Quickly tell me in the chat section. Is that fine? Okay, so involuntary muscles, they are, and yes, remember your cardiac muscles, they never undergo fatigue and they have intercalated discs. Okay, so here muscle fibers are together, they are even fused so that they can work as one unit. So they have that, you know, kind of gaps in between, like we talk about the gap junction. So they have the cardiac muscles, they contain intercalated discs. What do they contain, bache? They contain intercalated discs. This is a very important MCQ. Fine, bache, this is a very important MCQ. So now let's start the detailed discussion of your external heart. So as I said, auricles and ventricles are there. So auricles are upper chambers. Yes, bache, they are what? They are the upper chambers. Tell me quickly, when you talk about the external heart, so what do you discuss? What do you discuss? What do you have there? You have the upper. Yes, bache, what do you have there? Do you have the upper chamber? Tell me quickly. You have the upper chamber. Upper chambers are known as your, they are known as your, yes, auricles, right? Auricles. So even these auricles, they are also known as atria. Atria. So right and left auricle. Fine, bache, right and left auricle. Even externally, it is separated by, externally, it is separated by interarterial groove. How is it separated? It is separated by interarterial groove, right? Right, externally it is also separated. Now, when you are talking about the ventricles, okay, your auricles and ventricles. First of all, see, auricles and these are the ventricles. So externally also your auricles are separated by interarterial groove, and moreover, students, auricles and ventricles, their musculature is also, auricles musculature is separated from ventricles with the help of this, right, auriculoventricular groove. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. Tell me. So there is atrioventricular groove, or you can call it as a sulcus as well. Right? You can call it as a atrioventricular groove or sulcus, which is separating the auricles and ventricles. Is that clear? So I'm talking about the external structure here. Right, I'm talking about the external heart here. Is that clear? And even bache, these ventricles also, right, both the ventricles, in between these ventricles also you will see interventricular groove. So that is how externally human heart is separated. Fine, that is how externally, Ananya, human heart is separated. Is that clear? Yes, Subhashini, Nanda, yes bache, is that clear? Sure. So now let's talk about the internal structure. Let's talk about the internal structure, and yes, that's very important. Internal structure of human heart. So before discussing it, remember one trick, that is LORD. Guys, do you remember in the chapter breathing and exchange of gases, I have given you one trick, that is LARD. Okay, I have given you one trick, that is LARD, L-A-R-D. But here the trick is LORD. It means left side is having the oxygenated blood. Left side is having the oxygenated blood, and the right side, when you are talking about the right side, it is having the deoxygenated blood. Are you getting it? Left side is having the oxygenated blood, right side is having the deoxygenated blood. But in our case, we have 4 chambers, and in these chambers, the oxygenated blood and the deoxygenated blood is separated. One should not mix it. Why? Because it can affect the efficiency then. You know that we are highly advanced organism, and in our case the metabolism is very fast. Okay, the metabolism is very fast. So for fulfilling that body's need, we need to transport the blood which is containing the gases as well. Okay, so if that blood will be mixed, oxygenated and deoxygenated one, the efficiency will be reduced, which is not good for our body. It is not going to fulfill the demand of our body. Are you getting it? It is not going to fulfill the demand of our body. Are you getting it? So when you look at this part, right, so here it is clear that left side of the heart will be having oxygenated blood, right side of the heart will be having deoxygenated blood, and it should not get mixed. Clear, bache? It should not get mixed. Are you getting it? So in the form of boxes, in the form of boxes, I will explain this part to you. Okay, in the form of boxes, I will explain the heart diagram to you. So this is the right auricle, this is the right ventricle, this is the left auricle, this is the left ventricle. So now you know this side is having deoxygenated blood, this side is having the oxygenated blood. Understood? Understood. So when you look at the internal structure, ultimately bache, muscles are present, right? Ultimately it is a muscular organ. Okay, now when you look at the right auricle and left auricle, don't you think even they should be separated? Yes, even they should be separated. Yes or no? They should not be, like, there should be no opening here, right? Otherwise it can mix the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, right, Subhashini? So when you look at this part, see, right auricle, your left auricle, so they are internally, now I'm telling about the internal structure, so they have interatrial septum. What do they have? Interatrial septum. So septum means it is something which is dividing these two chambers, right? It is something which is dividing these two chambers. So this is interatrial septum. You can also call it as interauricular septum. It is interatrial septum, and you can also call it as interauricular septum. Fine, fine, bache. Now when you look at this part, right, when you look at the septum, see this, it's something like this. Okay, it's something like this. So when you look at this septum, try to imagine this. Fine, try to imagine this interatrial septum I'm talking about. So bache, somewhere here in the middle, you are going to get a thin area. Do you know that? Here what are you going to get? You are going to get a thin area. What are you going to get? You are going to get a, yes Nandini, Nanda, Hari, Subhashini, you are going to get a thin area. Like, let's say, imagine there is one room, there is another room. In between that two rooms, there is a wall. Okay, there is a wall. Now, somewhere in that wall, you have one window or a door. Okay, one window or a door. Try to imagine this. So, obviously, that will be clearly visible to you, no? Right? Let's say this is one room and there is next room. So, there is a wall in between. Okay, so there is a kind of door or a window is there that is serving as a connection. Fine, fine. It's my will. I want to close it or open it. Fine. Now, here there is nothing like a window, but during embryonic development, right, during embryonic development of this heart, what was there? Like, these are two auricles and this thin area, this interatrial septum. During embryonic stages, what was there, bache? Right, during embryonic stages, what was there? That in between these, right, two auricles, you know that there is interatrial septum and there used to be a foramen. Do you know that? Foramen. Foramen means opening. I hope you know that. Foramen means opening. I hope you know that. Yes or no? Okay. And which foramen it is? It is foramen ovale. Foramen means it means a kind of opening. So during embryonic stages, in between this interatrial septum, there used to be one opening, but then after the development, instead of opening, right, this opening, it got closed, and instead of that, there used to be a kind of thin area. So this thin area, right, rest interatrial septum is thick, but here this area is thin. Okay, basically that opening is closed and it should be fine. It should be, this opening is closed and it should be okay, and then we call this thin area as fossa ovalis. Fine. So in the NEET examination, question can come like this: where this fossa ovalis present? So you should say interatrial septum. What is this fossa ovalis? It is the thin area which marks the opening of, it is what? It is thin area that marks the opening of, foramen ovale. So foramen ovale, an opening used to be there in the heart during its developmental stages, but later on it's not like that. Clear, bache? So let me show you the diagram. Look at this, right? Look at this. So this is that thin area. The rest portion is thick, but this is that thin area, your fossa ovalis, right? Your fossa ovalis. Is that clear? So it is present on your interatrial septum. Any doubt? Yes, students, any doubt? Tell me quickly. Yes, any doubt? Tell me. Sure. So this is fossa ovalis. So if this fossa ovalis will not close, if there will be an opening, obviously heart efficiency will be low then, right? Right. Sometimes we use this word, na, that there is a hole in the human heart. So this is what we discuss. So actually, if there is a thin area, fossa ovalis is the word, if, and it is marking the opening of the foramen ovale. So this is about these, or this is about this auricle part. Now here you are having the ventricles. So when you are discussing about the ventricles, but even ventricles are also separated internally, and they have that interventricular septum. Do you know that? Even that ventricles are also separated internally, and that is your interventricular septum. So this is the right side. So which blood will be here? This is the left side. Tell me. So even auricles, even these ventricles are separated, right? So here it is having interventricular septum, which is quite thick, muscular, of course. Fine. Now I have a question. Let's discuss that. Okay, so here if deoxygenated blood is there, obviously we need to pass that deoxygenated blood to the ventricles, and then ventricles are going to pass it to the lungs. That's how the system is going to work. You know that lungs, they are the major respiratory organ, and the function of lung is oxygenation. The lungs are going to add the oxygen to the blood. Okay, oxygen to the blood. So if here we are having deoxygenated blood, that blood needs to pass to this left or right ventricle, and then with the help of blood vessel, right, we need to send it to the lungs. Lungs will do its oxygenation, and with the help of blood vessel, lungs will send oxygenated blood to left auricle. Then again from auricle, it will pass to the ventricle, and then with the help of blood vessels, it will pass to the body. Is it understood? Right? I know, I hope you know about the double circulation in our body. I hope you are aware of double circulation in our body. Clear bache? Clear bache? So right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. So if there is blood in auricle, we need to pass it to the ventricle. So bache, so keep it in your mind. So in between this auricle and ventricle, you have, what do you have? You have auriculo, externally also and even internally also. You have a kind of septum which separates auricle and ventricles. Okay, you have that septum, bache. You have that septum. You have that layer which is separating these auricles from ventricles. But as I said that we need to pass the blood, so here you will see some openings. You used to call them as auriculoventricular valves. What are they? They are auriculoventricular valves. What are they? Yes, they are auriculoventricular valves. Okay, so they are present here in between right auricle and right ventricle, left auricle and left ventricle. Okay, so see, write down. Right auriculoventricular valve is there, left auriculoventricular valve is there. And bache, this right valve, it is also known as tricuspid valve. Another important question for your NEET. And here, this left auriculoventricular valve is the bicuspid valve. What's that? It is the bicuspid valve, also known as mitral valve. Another important question. Fine, it is another important question. Are you getting it? So, right auriculoventricular valve is your tricuspid valve. Left auriculoventricular valve is your bicuspid valve, also known as mitral valve. So bicusp or tricusp, what is the meaning here? Bache, here you are talking about certain kind of flaps, right? Certain kind of flaps you are discussing. Bicuspid means that 2 flaps will be there. Tricuspid means 3 flaps will be there. I'll show you the diagram. Okay, and why that valves are present? So that the flow should be in one direction, of course. It should be in one direction. And during contraction, we do not want the blood to backflow, so that valves are present. Fine, so that valves are present. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? So when it is the right side, you have the right T, remember this T, tricuspid valve. When it is the left side, it is going to be bicuspid or the mitral valve. Understood? Understood. So with the help of that, the blood will pass to the ventricles. Clear, bache? Blood will pass to the ventricles. Like, have a look. See, 2 cusps are there. Bicuspid. If there will be three flaps, 1, 2, the third one here, right? Tricuspid. Then it is going to be the tricuspid valve. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? So obviously blood will pass. Once you understand the structure, then I'll tell you about this contraction and relaxation. It's very easy. If you know the heart diagram, you'll understand the nodal tissue, you'll understand the cardiac cycle, even parallelly, lub dub and ECG, everything. Okay, everything. Done, bache? So blood will pass like this. Blood will pass like this. So when you look at the internal, right, when you look at these ventricles, especially the internal part, here you will see some conical kind of muscles. Okay, some elevated muscles actually. Some elevated muscles actually. Wait, I'll show you. Look at this diagram also. Very common diagram. It's a very common diagram. See, bicuspid and the tricuspid valve. Okay, so can you see that when you look at this ventricle, okay, ultimately it is the muscular part. Fine. So here can you see some elevated muscles? These triangular elevated muscles. Yes. Tell me, can you see that? Can you see that? Yes, quickly tell me. They are internally raised, na? They are having muscular projections. Certain projections are there. Actually, here in these ventricle walls, you will see certain elevations, okay? Some elevations are even known as columnae carne. Columnae carne, that's the word. That's the word, right? Some projections, but some are, you know, quite long, like this, triangular kind of. Fine, triangular kind of. Look at this. So these are the papillary muscles. What are they, bache? They are papillary muscles. Okay, they are papillary muscles. Their location should be clear to you. Okay, so few large muscular elevations, these are the papillary muscles, bache. So they act as a anchor for the caudate tendinae. Can you see that? See, focus here. These are the flaps. Okay, bicuspid or tricuspid valve, flap, bicuspid valve or tricuspid valve. The role of this valve is to maintain the one directional flow of the blood. Now try to understand it. When it is a bicuspid valve, now I have to pass the blood from auricles to the ventricles. Imagine this is a septum. Here it is having the opening, right? So upper portion is the auricle, lower portion is the ventricle. Blood needs to pass. Obviously, when there is the contraction, blood will pass from auricles to ventricles. Fine, blood will pass like this. So now when you are talking about these flaps, now when you are talking about these valves, these flaps, to them certain structures are attached. Can you see that? Can you see these lines? Certain structures are attached. Can you see that? Yes or no? Yes or no? They are strong in elastic tendons. Okay, they are thread-like tendons. Can you see this? They are what? They are thread-like tendons. Yes or no? Thread-like tendons. They are attached to these flaps. Okay, they are attached to these flaps. So can you see that they are also attached to this papillary muscle? This is important. Can you see that they are also attached to this papillary muscle? Question can come from this part. Okay. So these threads, these thread-like tendons, actually they are attached to the flaps here, and then they are attached to this papillary muscle. So obviously they are putting that flaps like this. Okay, they are putting that flaps like this, and we used to call these thread-like tendons as caudate tendinae. What are they? They are caudate tendinae. Yes, they are caudate tendinae. Is that clear? Yes, bache. Shiv Kumar, Joseph, Subhashini, Nanda, Nandini. So they are what? They are what? Caudate tendinae. They are strong thread-like tendons in the heart. Sure? So when tricuspid valve will open, the blood or deoxygenated blood will pass to the ventricles, and when bicuspid will open, it will pass to the left ventricle here. So to these flap, caudate tendinae are attached, which are the tendons, and these caudate tendinae are attached to your papillary muscles. Any doubt here? Any doubt here? If there is any doubt, do let me know, bache. Do let me know. Now, see, it's very simple, right? It's very simple. I told you the trick is LOD. Okay, left side oxygenated blood, right side deoxygenated blood. Fine. Now when you talk about the heart, to the heart blood vessels are attached, right? To that heart blood vessels are attached. I told you about this thing. Actually, bache, what's the story? You know that in our body we talk about the double circulation. Fine, we talk about the double circulation. So basically, yes, basically it is the pulmonary circulation. It is the pulmonary circulation where lungs are involved, and there is the systemic circulation. Once you will understand the structure, now you will understand everything then. So one is the pulmonary circulation, another is the systemic circulation, another is the systemic circulation. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? Now the point is, see, right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, and the left ventricle. That's the story. So here again I'm repeating, tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve. Clear, bache? Now obviously blood vessels are associated because right auricle is having deoxygenated blood. So when you talk about the blood vessels, you talk about the arteries, you talk about the veins, you talk about the arteries, you talk about the veins. I assume that you know that much. Okay, you have already covered it in class 10th. So you know that arteries, They are the type of blood vessels. Veins are also the blood vessels. So arteries, they carry oxygenated blood. Which blood will be carried by arteries? Oxygenated blood, right? The blood which is having the oxygen. There is only one exception here. Can you tell me about the exception? Can you tell me about the exception? I hope now you know. That's your pulmonary artery. Okay, one exception is pulmonary artery that carries deoxygenated blood. Otherwise, all the arteries, they used to carry the oxygenated blood. Right, they used to carry the oxygenated blood. Same is the case for the veins as well. So when you talk about the veins, veins used to carry deoxygenated blood. Veins used to carry deoxygenated blood, right? The only exception is that pulmonary vein, fine, pulmonary vein, it carries oxygenated blood. Done, bache? Understood? Now, right auricle, if it has to, it is receiving deoxygenated blood from the body, right? Our body is getting the blood, our body cells and the tissues are taking the oxygen. Then deoxygenated blood, which is fully loaded with CO2, is carried by the veins to the heart, to the right side of the heart. Right, to the right side of the heart. So when you talk about right auricle, it is going to receive. Now I'm telling you about the blood vessels, okay? So it will receive vena cava. It will receive vena cava. Like it will receive inferior vena cava. Vena cava is nothing but the large blood vessel. It is actually a vein. It is going to receive superior vena cava. Please understand, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. These are the blood vessels associated. I'm talking about the blood vessels associated. So superior vena cava is there, inferior vena cava is there, and one more is your coronary sinus. One more is your coronary sinus. Do you know about it? Do you know about it? Yes, Trisha, Nanda, everyone here. Do you know about it? Quick, tell me. Yes, tell me. What am I saying? That because right side is having the deoxygenated blood, so right auricle receive blood from, right? It receives blood from inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, coronary sinus. Is that clear? Inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, coronary sinus. Is that clear? Now, when the word is superior vena cava, it's the large blood vessel which will carry the deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body. Right, Nanda? It is going to carry the deoxygenated. Okay, it is going to carry the deoxygenated blood. Fine, deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body. And the superior vena cava, it has no valves. Simply it is bringing the blood from the upper portion. There is no need for the valves. The pressure is not going to be so high that it can pump the blood back to that inferior vena cava. Is that clear? So superior vena cava, that is a direct MCQ, bache. It is having no valve, and please write down superior is the word. I think you all can guess. So it will bring the deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body. Understood? Now when it is inferior vena cava, from the lower part of the body, right, from the lower part of the body, and it is having a valve that is known as eustachian valve, right, so that backflow can be restricted. Eustachian valve. Done, bache? Eustachian valve. Is that clear? This is extra. This is extra. Fine. Now what is the coronary sinus? Now the question here is, ma'am, what is the coronary sinus? Isn't it? Isn't it? That, ma'am, what is the coronary sinus? Let me explain this. As of now, our interest is this, na, right auricle. So as I said, it is receiving blood from, everyone repeat, superior vena cava, from inferior vena cava, from coronary sinus. So actually, bache, heart muscles, because they will never get fatigue, heart muscles also receive, do you know that? They also receive oxygenated blood. They are also having their own blood vessels. They receive oxygenated blood, and who's going to pass that oxygenated blood to them? Coronary arteries. Okay, so coronary arteries are the one which are innervating the heart muscles. Clear, Nanda? Coronary arteries are the one which are innervating the heart muscles, first thing. Okay, and coronary veins, they will bring back deoxygenated blood. They will bring back what? Deoxygenated blood. Are you getting it? Yes. Are you getting it? Yes or no, Trisha? Are you getting it? So coronary veins, they bring back deoxygenated blood from the heart. Okay, from heart muscles. Let me write it here. From heart muscles. Are you getting it? Now the point here is that these coronary veins, they will all together they will make this coronary sinus, and this coronary sinus will bring back the deoxygenated blood to the right auricle. Understood? And this coronary sinus is also having a valve that is known as your Thebesian. Okay, Thebesian valve. So if you divide this chapter, it is also known as coronary valve. So if you divide this topic into different parts, then you can understand it in a better way. Fine. Then you can, Ananya bache, understand it in a better way. So inferior vena cava is having eustachian valve. Coronary sinus is having Thebesian valve, and superior vena cava is having no valve. Fine. No valve. Understood? Yes, bache. So let's take the right side first, and then let's discuss the next part. So let's say this is your right ventricle also. So with the help of this tricuspid valve, blood will pass. Now we have to send this deoxygenated blood to the lungs, and it's the part of pulmonary circulation. I told you that double circulation is there in our body, systemic and pulmonary. Pulmonary is the one where lungs are involved, and here you are talking about this part, right? That blood is coming to the right auricle, then to the right ventricle, and with the help of blood vessel it will pass to the lungs, and lungs will send it back to the left auricle. Okay, so understand this. So now can you tell me the name of the blood vessel which will carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs? Can you tell me the name of the blood vessel which is carrying the deoxygenated blood to the lungs? Of course, it's very simple. It is going to be your pulmonary veins. Okay, we also call it as the large blood vessel is pulmonary aorta. You also call it as, okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, it is pulmonary artery. It is pulmonary aorta. Fine, it is pulmonary aorta. Fine, bache. Right? It is what? It is pulmonary aorta. So this pulmonary aorta, the large blood vessel, it is having these pulmonary arteries, because pulmonary artery is an exception. So it is carrying deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Understood? Understood? It is carrying the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. And bache, this pulmonary aorta is also having the valve at its base, and that, see, pulmonary aorta is having valve at its base, and it is known as semi means half, lunar means moon-like, half moon-like valve, semi-lunar valve it is. Semi-lunar valve it is. So you should know about the valves, you should know about their position. Understood? You should know about their valves, you should know about their position. Understood? Is that clear? So right auricle, right ventricle, then the pulmonary aorta. So it is having the semi-lunar valve at its base. So lungs, right after oxygenation, so it is the pulmonary vein that will carry blood to, that will carry oxygenated blood to, right? So that will carry oxygenated blood to left auricle. Understood? It is going to carry oxygenated blood to left auricle. Understood? Understood? So if you know about the position of the right, if you know about the position of these, right, these valves, you can answer each and everything. So what is arising from this part? Your pulmonary aorta. What is it? It containing, right, it is containing the deoxygenated blood. So now pulmonary veins, basically 4 pulmonary veins. How many, bache? 4 pulmonary veins, they will bring the oxygenated blood to the left auricle, bache, and pulmonary veins, even they do not have valves. So they can ask you which veins are not having the valve. Superior vena cava, no. Pulmonary veins, no. Fine. Now, from this left auricle, with the help of this bicuspid valve, right, which is also known as mitral valve, which is also known as mitral valve. Clear, bache? The blood will pass to the left ventricle. Now, this blood, there are certain large blood vessels. I am drawing the diagram like this, but I hope you have seen the original diagram that this blood vessel is arising like that. Okay, right now just to make it easy, I'm drawing the diagrams like this. But actually you know that. I hope you know that proper structure. Fine, bache. I hope you know that proper structure. So left auricle to left ventricle, and from left ventricle the aorta. Right, this large blood vessel aorta, which is also known as systemic aorta, right, which is also known as systemic aorta, it will carry the oxygenated blood to the different body parts. From this aorta, different other arteries will emerge and they will innervate different body organs. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? And even this aorta has semilunar valve at its base. It has semilunar valve at its base. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? So pulmonary aorta and systemic aorta, also known as aorta, right, they are having what? They are having what? Semilunar valves at their base. Okay, so now it's very simple, bache. Auricles are going to pass the bloods to the ventricles. They are adjacent to it. So auricles, they are having thin musculature. Both the auricles, they are having thin musculature. Now in thin musculature than ventricles. Right, when you compare the musculature of auricles and ventricles, yes, they are having thin musculature. Clear, bache? They are having thin musculature. Now when you look at the ventricles, your right ventricle will pump the blood to the lungs, which are also adjacent to it. Okay, so when you compare the musculature of left and the right ventricle, so musculature of left ventricle is 3 times thicker than, it is 3 times thicker than right ventricle. Why? Because left ventricle needs to pump the blood to the different parts of the body. Fine, it needs to pump the blood to the different parts of the body, and even the volume of this left ventricle is more than that of the right ventricle. Fine, even its volume is more than that of the right ventricle. So that's what you need to keep in your mind, students. Is that clear? Yes, bachalo. Is that clear? So this is all about the heart structure. I told you about the blood vessel. Now look at the original diagram, right? So this is actually your pulmonary artery, which is arising from this part, right? And yeah, which is arising from right part. And this is your aorta, which is arising from the left part. See this bicuspid, tricuspid valve. See this foramen ovale embryonic heart. This is an opening by which blood can get mixed. This is fossa ovalis, the thin area, right? The thin area. So look at the blood vessel. So when you look at this part, right, this is your systemic aorta. So see, it is emerging into different arteries. Can you see that? Left common carotid, okay, and it is also having that brachiocephalic trunk. Fine, bache. Fine, bache. So it is also having that right common carotid artery. Fine, fine. And even your pulmonary artery is also dividing. This is what you need to remember about the heart structure. So you can even check the NCERT, the pericardium, heart, ventricles, all the letters which are written in, you know, which are written like this in bold font. We have discussed this. So next part, the musculature part, yes, we need to discuss. I was thinking that I will finish it in 60 minutes, but okay, fine, we will take another part of it and then I will explain, because ultimately, bache, you have to understand the topic. Still we have the time. Soon I'm going to post a very amazing video, how to crack the NEET examination with full score in biology. You should check it, okay? And as I said, if you want to join my batch where, you know, you will get the detailed right, where you will get the detail of the NCERT, you will get your PYQ practice session, doubt session, proper test. So see this, you have to join our Avengers 2.0, right? So live classes and the recorded classes will be provided to you, and proper discussion will be there, proper doubt session will be there. Okay, and you will get this batch and all the facilities till your NEET examination. So join it ASAP. Fine, join it ASAP, and you have to use the coupon code Ambika10. Fine, and enroll yourself in the test series also. So see this. This is the coupon code. After applying it, you will get the additional discount, and you will get this batch at a price of 3999. That's all. Okay, that's all. Done, bache? That's all. So one student is asking a question that, madam, what about semilunar valves? Semilunar valves, bache, they are present at the basis of that blood vessels, pulmonary artery as well as the systemic aorta. Fine. So I'll share the PDF in the Telegram group so that you can use it for the revision. Okay, rest we will discuss in the next class, students. And do like the session, share it with your friends, be consistent, bache, and join me on the special class right after this. Right after this, see, I'll be taking MCQ practice from the Disha publication. So just go to the Unacademy platform, subscribe my profile. You have to, you should. Okay, you should, and you will get my free classes. Okay, so see you all in few minutes there. So take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned.